So here's a update on Bella, our little female rescue Iggy. Unfortunately, in the condition she's in, she just doesn't have enough strength and energy to eat a lot on her own. She does eat from time to time, but she's just not getting enough calories on her own. And also in her condition, it makes it harder for her to digest whole food material, plant material, to break it down to its base components. She has to have supplemental, regular tube feedings of critical care. And to that, I'll also add some base liquid amino acids and a little bit of a solution called CMPK that has a bunch of electrolytes in it. And then I'll also add, I had some added lysine and spirulina, and I'll throw micronutrients in there also. So I have that in a feeding syringe right here, and most of the time I'm using a stainless steel feeding needle. These are mostly used for birds, but they also work well for reptiles. With the feeding tubes, those tend to be a lot harder to keep clean over time because the rubber inside of them, they're harder to clean. With these, I can clean these out with some strong vinegar solution and run a pipe cleaner through there. And you can't really do that with your feeding tubes. Those can be used, a few times, but then a lot of times they're hard. If you have a larger reptile, they're harder to run the flexible tubes down their throat to get the nutrition down there where you need it. What I have to do is kind of perturb her a little bit, which isn't hard for an unsocialized Iggy, to entice them to want to bite. So I get her to bite down on a piece of rubber cork, and then so I can run the feeding needle right in there without her biting the needle. And that's what you got. You got to have something to use as a speculum when you're assist feeding reptiles like this. Especially your big ones, or turtles, stuff like that can bite through a feeding tube, or you don't want them to bite down on your feeding needle and then break their teeth and stuff. So you need to have a cork or a rubber spatula or something like that to kind of prop their mouth open that they can bite down on. That's not gonna hurt their teeth. And here's the second one. Uh-oh. So you don't want that to happen. Come on, girl. Open back up. Oh, come on. Stop. Stop with the tail. It is a challenge when you've got an unsocialized iguana. They don't want to cooperate, and they'll want to bite you and hit you with their tail and stuff like that. Make sure this, uh-oh. And unfortunately, they do get wise to this, and will start to spit out, like the cork. And turtles are really hard about this because they'll see you coming, and if you got a syringe full of medicine or something like that, and they've already learned what it is, they'll learn not to open up their mouths for you again. So, okay, you just want to make sure your feeding needle or tube goes down without any force, without a lot of resistance. You don't want to tear their esophagus or anything. And if you get it far enough down there, you're not going to aspirate them. You'll just go past, you're well beyond the windpipe when you're using something this long.